Yo, what is going on, everyone? We're back with another video, and this time we're going to take a look at my personal tier list for Honkai Impact version 6.0. So if you guys take a look right here, you're going to see my graph, and of course it is separated in categories. We do have 4 Valkyries for each category, and these Valkyries I think are the ideal Valkyries you want to build in terms of version 6.0 and kind of going forward, to be honest. These Valkyries, they really are not going to die out anytime soon. So, first of all, in physical, we have Elysia, Planus Equinox, Herrscher Sentience, and Starlight Astrologos. Now, you might be wondering why Starlight Astrologos is in there. Even though she's a support character, she is by far one of the best Valkyries for support. So that's why she's kind of on the list, because you could use her for ice damage, lightning damage, fire damage, doesn't matter. She does good crowd control. She groups up the enemies. You do your combo attacks easy. I've been saying this from my past guide videos that at the least you want to get the Valkyrie's weapon from the gacha, mainly because all these other weapons, they're not really gonna do anything for you. Sure, you can throw other Valkyrie weapons that are gacha on these characters, but ideally you want to have their signature weapon. Personally, there's no problem with using other characters' weapons, but I would highly suggest you use the character's signature weapon, throw some decent stigmas, and boom, you get my list right here. Because I personally use all these Valkyries minus Aponia. As you can see, she is grayed out. I do not have her unlocked, but based on the gameplay that I've seen, the builds, honestly, she's pretty good overall. So real quick, I want to summarize exactly why I picked these 4 characters for physical. Elysia, free to play, fast DPS, constantly hitting enemies, can't go wrong with that. Planus Equinox, decent damage with just the weapon and stigmas, like I said, and she is effective against imaginary enemies. You want to have imaginary characters up in here, guys. Don't forget that. So these 4 characters I personally use myself, and I gotta say that in this version, like, I don't even have the max build. Maybe Elysia and Planus Equinox. But Herrscher Sentience, I literally just have her weapon and some Marco Polo stigmas. You can use those stigmas for Durandal, should I say Planus Equinox, or Elysia. Like, it doesn't matter. You can never go wrong with Marco Polo set. Throw them on each one of these characters with their signature weapon. Boom, you're gonna do an insane amount of damage. Up next, Ice. We got Phyllis, we got Silverwing, and then we got Nyx, and then we have Herrscher Elysia. So, Nyx is kind of iffy. Because here's the thing about Nyx. You have to get her weapon and her gear in order for her to kind of be effective, but if you do get her weapon and gear, she is insane in terms of damage. So I kind of want to take her off the list, but she's up there. Like, I use her personally. I just have her weapon and the mid stigma, then just throw some other ice stigmas, and she does a good amount of damage. Pair her up with Haxor Bunny, can't go wrong with that. So that's why she kind of makes the list, because she's not that hard to build. But a 1 stigma, 1 weapon, that's it. And Phyllis, free to play, easy to max out. Of course, you need her weapon and stigmas from the gacha, but she's easy to triple S rank, doing the same amount of damage, can't go wrong with that. And she's imaginary, which means you can do insane amount of damage to imaginary enemies. Silverwing, decent damage. She's not insane, but she's decent if you just get her weapon and stigmas. I want to say stigmas, but honestly, you just throw some free to play, maybe tier 3, tier 4 stigmas that they release in the Foundry, and these characters should be fine. Up next, we have Lightning, which we got Aponia, Herrscher Thunder, Mobius, and Fallen Rosemary. I almost forgot the name. But all these 4 characters are viable in terms of, like, kind of like late game, decent build. You don't really have to max them out. I don't have any Lightning character maxed out. Herrscher Thunder almost, because she did appear in the battle pass, and I kind of almost have her maxed out, so no big deal. But I want to say overall, Herrscher of Thunder is, like, she's still viable, even though she's an old character. Like, she does an insane amount of damage with just her weapon. So it's pretty much gonna be the same explanation for each Valkyrie. Get their weapon, maybe some decent ice stigmas from the Foundry, or lightning stigmas from the Foundry, or fire, doesn't matter. It's gonna be the same thing for each of these Valkyries. I tried them out with these builds, and they do a good amount of damage. They actually get me through maybe Agony 2, Agony 3. In terms of the leaderboard for levels 81 plus, which the enemies are harder, they're tougher, the levels, they take a little bit longer, but honestly, I think Agony 2, Agony 3 is a decent range to stay in, so I'm not really too worried about it. So for fire, we have Herrscher Flame Scion, we have regular Durandal, which is Valkyrie Gloria, then we have Veil V, and then we do have the Rita, I forgot her name, but the Fire Rita Battlesuit. All these 4 characters are kind of ideal. Durandal, of course, free to play. You could get her, I mean, honestly, she doesn't need a good lance. And stigmas, you could just throw some good fire stigmas, easy ECS rank, easy damage. I use her as my main for a good minute, and she's still viable. Same thing with LV, Flame Scion, and Fallen Rosemary. Rita. Like, all these 4 characters, I gotta say they're pretty good. And for a casual player like me, I think that's more than enough. As long as I get the challenges, the rewards, I don't really care too much about a leaderboard. So these characters, honestly, I don't really need to max them out. They do just fine with me with just their weapon and decent stigmas. So there you have it, guys. This is my personal tier list. I just want to clarify with the ice damage that Sarcasm nicks. If you do not well for her, just take her off the list. Don't even consider using her. She needs her gear. Just really important. So keep that in mind, guys. I just threw her up there, man, just because I needed a 4th character, honestly. The rest of the ice damage dealers, they didn't really catch my eye. Like, I don't really feel the damage from them, so it's gonna have to be Nyx, honestly, as the final choice. So as a quick summary on how to build these characters, you want to get their weapons, get some stigmas from the foundry, and you should be good to go. These characters are just fine for me. No problems, no complaints. I don't really care about high leaderboards. I'm not a well, so I'm technically kind of like a casual player. Kind of free to play-ish because I haven't really bought crystals. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to give me a thumbs up and let me know what you guys think about this tier list. If you guys agree, disagree, let me know in the comments below. And if you guys think I missed something about these characters, let me know in the comments below. In the description, we have a link to my Discord and talk about anything Honkai, anything Genshin, and mention anything Star Rail. So as always, I'll catch you guys next video. Have a good one, guys.